Hello everyone, this is Erica from the Lotus Connection. If you are new, welcome. And if you're returning, I'm super excited, yay! I'm using that word quite a bit today. I am deeply honored and filled with gratitude for all of you who have liked, shared, subscribed, booked readings with me, have given me donations or gifts. From the bottom of my heart, I am truly, wholeheartedly in such gratitude. The amount of feedback I've gotten just on 13 videos alone, the responses have been overwhelming. The readings have been overwhelming. So I'm really happy that I've been resonating with all of you. I appreciate you so very much. So much love for all of you. I just really wanted to get that out there. I'm doing another video in regards to the twin flame connection, especially because we have the full moon, and this full moon is extremely important in its placement. So it's the hunter's moon, okay? This full moon is in Taurus. So this is very intense. It's a very intense emotional time, and it's lining up with Uranus, which is unpredictable. And there's a lot of wanting to change things like immediately, like right now. Like, why hasn't it happened right now? The full moon is also at a time when Venus is in Scorpio. So again, this is wanting things so bad with such passion, even if it's going to kill us type of thing, okay? So it's a very intense moon, and I am extremely feeling it. My energies are all scattered all over the place, so I have friggin' notes, okay? So if you hear paper moving around, it's because I have notes. I have been meditating. I've been taking time to meditate. I have wanted to get this video early this morning, and it just didn't happen. So I apologize that I'm just getting it done. I didn't think I was going to do a video, seeing as I did, like I mentioned, post a video a few days ago, and you know, not much has changed, but some things have changed. And I also want to touch upon things that are going on in this full moon. So before I begin into the reading, and I'm also just trying to calm myself down because my energy is rather high after coming out of this meditation, which you would think I would be, sorry for the movement feedback, but you would think that I would be a little bit more calm, but I'm not. So let me just get out the giggles. Whew. I'm just going to encourage you right now to kind of just breathe in. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're calming down. Before I begin into this twin flame reading for the full moon, I do want to say a few things. My readings, whether it's twin flame readings or just our general update readings, they are not meant for any medical, legal, psychiatric help. So, you know, please don't utilize it for this. In addition, and this is something very important because some people have this all confused. If you are in a relationship or you have been in a relationship with somebody who has been either emotionally, physically, sexually, mentally, whatever, any type of abuse that you are feeling, it is not a twin flame connection. Please stop the video. Please contact your emergency services if you feel necessary. But this is not a video for you, okay? So I just wanted to bring forth that message. All right, so we went over kind of what's going on astrologically with the moon. Those signs who know their birth chart and who have moon in Taurus, you guys are going to be feeling this especially more intensely than others. I think I have decided to do this video because I myself have had some things happening within the past couple of days that have really stirred up a lot of emotions in me kind of out of nowhere. Because in my twin flame journey, I am in separation from my twin flame. I have been feeling very much independent, focusing on myself, my career, my money, my child, my needs, my wants, getting, obviously my spiritual business going. And so all of a sudden, I just started getting this intense emotions, which we talked about when I did my meditations in my messages, my last twin flame video, which was my very first video. So if you missed that and want to catch up with that, stop this video now and go to that one and just take a listen, because this reading will piggyback off of that reading, and then we're going to just do something entirely different, just putting the two energies together. So I have lit some candles, as you can see. One for the divine masculine and one for the divine feminine. I also have some oracle cards, selenite, some stones. As I lit the candles to call forth the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy, all of a sudden the divine feminine candle just, went out completely. Just out of nowhere. So for me, that signaled like a lot of you guys are just so friggin' over it, and you're just ready to be like, fuck you, I'm done. Okay. So I have a lot of that energy going on. So I did want to make mention of the candle blowing out. And then my son came in shortly after and decided he was going to go and blow out the divine masculine. So I thought that was kind of funny, because I feel like the divine masculine is aware and then doesn't want to be aware. So he's kind of just like in and out energy. So I thought that was kind of funny. To kind of keep going into things, because I just want to wrap up this. I did a meditation last night, and it wasn't a meditation just for myself and the connections that I had with my own twin flame, but it was also the collective. And it was very difficult for me because a lot of things that I have had, painful memories from the past, have been coming up. And I was getting voices inside my head that were not my own saying, you are not alone in this. A lot of twin flames are going through this. And so a lot of painful memories I feel like are coming up again, especially for the divine feminine. I feel like the divine masculine is also feeling this, but more so in the way that they have treated you. Just a side note, in regards to the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy, I'm just going to clarify, divine masculine does not mean that it is a male presence. Divine feminine does not mean it's a female presence. It's the energy. So you could be dealing with a divine masculine who is a girl, for all intents and purposes, or you could be dealing with a divine feminine who is a boy. Male, female, whatever language you want to throw out there. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just throwing it out there that divine masculine doesn't have to be a male. Divine feminine doesn't have to be female. They can be interchangeable. The divine masculine just stands for, in the twin flame connection, this person is the runner. The divine feminine is the chaser. Divine feminine is the person who is already awoken in the connection. The divine masculine is the individual who has not yet been awakened, and therefore is running away from a connection because they are unaware it brings up too much shit in their life that they have dealt with from childhood, from past lives, the whole 9 yards. So just to get that out there before I continue. So again, painful memories are coming up again for divine feminines, also for the divine masculines in regards to how they treated you during that time frame. The nighttime has exceptionally picked up with messages, especially the last few days, and I have a feeling tonight is just going to be a bomb of information. So I feel like a lot of divine feminines are really going through that, and just to point out, divine masculines are as well. Emotions are running exceptionally high. Our things are just coming up to the surface. The divine masculine is completely avoiding the feminine. They're afraid to face the pain. They're afraid to face the hurt. There is a need to heal issues that are being repressed. Okay. The divine masculine has to deal with that on their own, and they're realizing that they have to deal with that on their own, and they're scared. And I think a lot of them, if they haven't already, are starting to reach out to the divine feminines. Some of them are not, just because they are in fear to confront that aspect about them, because they're just really confused by what's going on. Because I think for the first time in a long time, and I even said this in my last message, they're becoming aware something is up, that this connection is far more greater than they wanted to give it credit for. The divine feminine is super impatient. Again, that was also said in my last reading. You're like, let's face this together or go fuck yourself. As I mentioned, you guys are very independent. You're tapping into your creative energies. You're reevaluating at this time frame your relationships, how you're being treated, how others have treated you in the past, how you treated others. You're looking at what you deserve. You're looking at your divine masculine, you know, your twin flame connection. You're noticing that your inner world is attracting the experiences that you're having on the outside world. So there's a lot of need to focus in on your heart chakra, your sacral chakras, purging that no longer serves you. You need to align the chakras. You can do that with meditation. You can do that with a selenite wand. You can buy a chakra kit that has crystals put together. I actually will be selling that soon. So if you'd like to get a kit from me, just contact me for details. All of my information, including how to book a reading, will be down below in the description box. I will be doing personalized twin flame readings. I haven't put that up on my website, but if you're interested, you can certainly email me and just put twin flame reading, and I'll get you all the details. There's just a need to heal issues that are being repressed. There's a lot of deeper realizations that will be happening within your twin flame dynamic. Pay attention to what's going on around you, especially during this time frame, including your dreams. And this is something that I had mentioned in my last video. It's just kind of coming up again. A lot of sexuality issues of the divine feminine are coming up. So this could be not feeling, just not feeling sexy, not feeling attractive. It could be repressed memories or repressed situations that have happened to you within the past. Maybe in your twin flame connection, you guys had great sex, but at the same time it was less frequent than you did with other partners. Again, this may or may not resonate for all of you, but we know that twin flames may have a repressed sexual appetite, because when we do have sex with our twin flames, it's very, very emotional. It's very deep. It's a deep connection that we've never ever felt before. Divine feminines are not as afraid of it as the divine masculines. When the divine masculine has sex with the divine feminine, it is like, holy shit, I didn't even know I had feelings. And they realize that they love you wholeheartedly. You guys connect in a way that they have never connected with before. And so therefore, some twin flame connections, when they did have sex, it wasn't as frequent as I feel like many divine feminines wanted. Okay, so again, there's some sexuality issues. Maybe some of you felt like you were just a sex toy to your divine masculine, etc. So there's just a lot of sacral chakra issues that are needing to be attuned. Okay, there's also attachment issues. So for a lot of you, especially with the divine feminine who hasn't worked this part out yet, when you're in physical separation, you're really, really missing this person. It is important to remember that physical separation is an illusion, okay? A twin flame is one soul. We share the same soul as our divine masculine, okay? We share the same soul. So whatever work we do on ourselves as the divine feminine, it is doing that to the divine masculine, because we have the same soul, and even though they have free will, it's not going against their free will because we share the same. So whatever we do, the internal work, and this is why it's especially important for divine feminines to do the work. And I get it. It's frustrating as all fuck. It is annoying. Why do we have to do all the work? Why does the divine masculine have to, gets to run away and not have to do the work? They're doing work. It's just not as important as the divine feminine's work. The divine feminine is already awakened. That's what we have to remember. The divine feminine's already awakened. So therefore, we already have all the tools in our box, all the knowledge. We're researching the fuck out of this. We're doing, as much as we can to get this connection going. Some people are like, well, the divine masculine is just hiding behind himself and because he's too scared, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I get that. You are not the divine masculine, so you aren't down that road. You're not on that path. You're on the path of the healer. You are already awoken. You are the light worker in your twin flame connection. You are the person who's carrying the torch. You are the person who's chasing the runner, who's the divine masculine, okay? You are to do the work. And this work that you do within yourself is going to change your dynamic with your divine masculine. A lot of people in twin flame connections don't realize this and get super frustrated. It is a very frustrating process, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not meant to be so hard. Okay, it's not meant to be so hard, but we just have a lot of things programmed, a lot of negativity going on. When we miss them, we're experiencing the lack. We have to remember we're never alone, they're always with us. Physical separation is an illusion, okay? We need to release the fear of losing someone, because I do feel like we fear that we're gonna lose this person forever because they're not in our existence right now. We're having a hard time releasing the past because we're just surrounded by fear. Excuse me. So right now is the time for us to really go within and really start looking at the dynamics that are happening in front of us and how can we change that thought process or the thought processes that we have. So if you're looking for twin flame guidance, if you're looking for twin flame coaching, I will be available for that as well. These are things that I would be updating. I'll be updating all that information on my website. These are just new things that are just happening within me, and I've decided to do them because it is really helpful to have somebody who's on your side, who's dealing with a twin flame connection, who gets where you're coming from, who has experience, who has knowledge. I've already been in reunion with my ex for a while. So, and right now we're in our separation period because there are things that I'm still dealing with. And the dynamic's not supposed to be hard. It is hard if we haven't fixed everything, okay? But the inner work really is within us. And, excuse me, if we do the inner work and we can purge all the negativity and the old programming and all that that's going on inside of us, it makes reunions happen faster. Because whatever's going on within the divine feminine, it's outwardly being shown by the divine masculine, okay? So the running is because of a fear the divine feminine has. But a lot of you guys, a lot of divine feminines are like, fuck this. I'm so sick and tired of putting in all this energy. I'm so sick and tired of doing the work. I just want something normal for a minute, right? And we haven't defined normal because normal doesn't really exist. So let's go ahead. That's the end of my messages. I'm just rambling on at this point. So let's get into our full moon twin flame spread. I'm going to be looking at the divine masculine's energy today. Okay, the divine feminine's energy today. I'm going to look at the twin flame connection, what's going on there. I'm going to be looking at what the divine masculine needs to release this time, what the divine feminine needs to release. I'm going to be looking at how to heal the connection. Okay, so some things that could help. The divine masculine's advice, the advice for the divine feminine. And then we're going to look at the direction that the connection is going to be going or has gained, or basically how the connection will be once the full moon's kind of gone out of this energy, and then the outcome until the new moon. And then I'll do a new moon, another thing on that before the new moon begins and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and just get into this. And I forgot to do this beforehand. So I've already pre-shuffled and everything, and I've already meditated on the energies that are needed for this spread. But typically, if you've watched my other videos, I've already pulled out the information to not waste time, and I completely forgot to do this, so I'm so sorry. What's the divine masculine's energy at this time for the full moon? Thank you. All right, so they have 8 of Cups. So right now, to me, they are in a state of needing to leave, needing to separate. Maybe this is just letting us know that they've moved on, they're moving on, okay? They're not happy about this. There's a lot of emotional unfulfillment. There's a lot of unresolvedment. There is, for some, a possibility that things can change, or hope that things will change. For others, there's a hope in a new opportunity at this point in time. They're feeling really down about this whole thing. They're very upset. They're very sad about what's happening. They're just in a very depressed state. Okay, very depressed state. So it doesn't necessarily, if you're in reunion, it doesn't mean that they're actually thinking about leaving. It just means that they're really in a depressed state right now. That's their energy. With this card, I'm also getting a sense of the divine masculine feels abandoned at this point. And they're really wanting to they're knowing that they need to let go. They could be trying to let go of a karmatic situation. Maybe they were with somebody karmatically that they're leaving and needing to let go, and they're sort of healing. So this isn't really a bad card to get in this position, because there's a lot of things going on for many divine masculines right now. A lot of negative bullshit and baggage that they've gotten from others that they're shedding, okay? But I feel like it's a forced shed. Like they didn't want to. They didn't see this coming. Or maybe they're coming to terms that this person was just a burden on their life and they had to move on. For some of them, they're feeling that their divine feminine, abandoned them. Maybe you did. Maybe the divine feminine left. What's the divine feminine's energy at this time frame during the full moon? Full moon in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio. What's the divine feminine's energy during this full moon? Thank you. So 6 of Cups. So I feel like a lot of you guys are dealing with, because this is in the reverse position, so it's almost like you're really thinking negatively about the connection. Okay, you're thinking about the past, like I mentioned before in my channeled messages, that emotions are running very, very high. You're remembering painful memories. And they're coming up to be resolved, right? They're coming up time and time again, because there's still an issue that you're needing to release. So for an example, if your twin flame, your divine masculine, was in a karmatic relationship with someone and you knew about it and you're in separation, you're like, what the fuck? Why is he with her? What does he see in the, what does he see in this person, or what do they see in this person? Like, I don't understand why they're with this other individual, why they're not with me. What is it about this other person that I don't have? Just kind of comparing each other. So there's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of just, I'm so sick and tired of putting up with your bullshit. This is a need to let go of the past traumas and the issues. There was a gift in those painful memories, right? It was a way to activate a part of you in order to let those burdens go. Let that shit go, right? So in order for us to move in a happier way, those painful memories brought up things about our personalities, brought up things about our inner selves that need, our darkness, our shadow self that needs to come up to the surface to be repaired so that we can live happy, healthy, fulfilling lives. So we need to stop reliving in the past and enjoy the time that we have now. And for many of you divine feminines, you guys are enjoying where you're at. Okay? You really are. You're independent, you are getting creative with your energies, you're reevaluating relationships, you're moving on towards things that no longer serve you. The twin flame connection's energy at this time frame is the Tower reversed. Okay? So with the Tower reversed, I feel like changes are happening for you guys, but it's sort of at a slower pace. Because there is a greater lesson, I feel like, for both of you to learn. It's time to build a new foundation. So this is going to be very intense. And obviously, this is a very intense time. We have, like I said, our full moon is in Taurus, which brings up a lot of emotions to the surface. And it's very intense. And then we also have our Venus in Scorpio, which is also a super duper fucking intense time. So it's like we got a whammy of intense emotions, intense passion, intense drive, impatience. So this is just basically, just saying like there's a lot of lessons to be learned. A greater lesson is needed. And so change is happening steadily, okay? It's not like upright where it's just kind of like this sudden change. This is happening gradually, and I feel like it's becoming more prominent now than it did a few weeks ago. And I feel like things within the connection are going to be crystal clear. And I feel like you're going to be, I feel like the divine feminine is going to have more of a clear intent and learn the lessons that the divine feminine needs to learn in order to help the connection. Because we know the divine masculine's not going to do shit until the divine feminine starts to. So let's see. What does the divine masculine need to release? And we're going to clarify these cards. What does the divine masculine need to release? Page of Swords. The divine masculine needs to release, I feel like, their immaturity, okay? Their immature thinking, their immature, way about going in life. Because I feel like they're just doing things without really thinking about how it impacts other people. Just very selfish, very cutthroat, maybe saying things we don't really mean, even though technically like the Page of Swords kind of live by a code of ethics and they typically speak honestly, but they're also very like quick to the point and can be hurtful. I feel like they have a lot going on in their mind, like just constantly thinking about the logical aspects about the connection versus the spiritual side, because I feel like they don't want to recognize the spiritual side. They don't want to recognize that there is something about you because their ego is still in the way. So I feel like right now the advice is that they need to open themselves up to receive information and also to really own their truth and to express themselves more. Because obviously a lot of you guys are in separation and they're not, divine masculines are not communicating with many of the divine feminines, which is very frustrating to the divine feminine in general. So this is kind of like they're holding back information. I feel like they're not being so clear. They're very immature. Immature communications are happening. And it's bad because they are clear communicators, okay? But for whatever reason, they're just really immature. And it's just saying that they really need to start being expressive with their own truth and kind of abiding by that code of ethics. So that's their advice right now. So let's look at the divine feminines, what they need to release. What does the divine feminine need to release during the full moon in Taurus, Venus, and Scorpio? What does the divine feminine need? Thank you. We got Two of Swords. A lot of sword energy here and a lot of cup energy. So a lot of emotions, a lot of logical thinking is happening here, a lot of mind issues. What you need to release is sort of this illusionary mindset. So remember I said that separation is an illusion, right? We're never really truly alone. I feel like we have to release this separation illusion, okay? We need to release the fact that our divine masculine is not with us because they are always with us, and we need to stop thinking about missing them so much. We need to release that, okay? Because it's actually preventing us from really connecting with our intentions of the heart, because what it is that this person is truly our other half, is a connection that is soul bound, right? It's a connection that goes beyond what we've ever experienced, and yet for whatever reason we're blinding ourselves to the truth. We're being overwhelmed by things that are happening around us. Maybe people are telling us like, dude, fuck that guy or fuck that girl, whoever your divine masculine, like fuck them, because they truly don't know what the twin flame connection is. Twin flames are very rare, okay? Not everybody in the world's in a twin flame connection or has met their twin flame partner. Because once you meet your twin flame, I'm just going to push this up a little bit. Once you meet your twin flame, that's it. You guys are done reincarnating. You guys will not come back. You guys will be part of the larger collective, okay? This would be your last life. This would be your last Earth lifetime. Okay, so not everybody's in a twin flame connection, so they don't understand. And also, to top it off, every twin flame connection is different. So I may be going through something that you may not necessarily be going through. And you couldn't provide me advice because you don't know what, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, you have to stop listening to the opinions of other people. Maybe the person didn't treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. Maybe, you know, they never called you all the time or saw you, or, you know, they ghosted you. And now it's like you're hearing everybody chirping back and forth. And it's causing some confusion, and it's causing you to be like, yeah, fuck that. Excuse me, fuck that. I'm just going to do my own thing. I don't need them. I want to move on. And this is where we're getting, you know, the divine feminine being independent as fuck and being so tired and over it. I feel like it's because of a lot of the opinions that other people are having. So divine feminine, I feel like you need to really step back from other people, kind of go within and truly do the work and sort of reevaluate how people are treating you and kind of reevaluate where this comes from and how can we repair it. Okay, so that's really what the advice, or not the advice, this is what you would need to release. Okay, the fear of the potential consequences, or just being overwhelmed, like I said, of options. You're needing to release that. It's time to do what's solely right for you. If that means leaving the connection, then leave it by all means. If you're not willing to do the necessary work needed to put you guys into reunion, then you're going to stay in separation. You need to be fully prepared. And I feel like right now the Divine Feminine is just in a very impatient, very like resentful, very much in a just space of not connecting with your heart chakra, not connecting with the true universal love that you both have with one another. And so it's really needing to make a choice from the heart, what's solely right for you. So again, if that means leaving the connection, that means leaving the connection. Doesn't mean that you can't go back months later. It just means you're going to be in separation longer. But if it means to stay within, it's also saying be prepared to do work. Be prepared to be mentally vigilant. Take the blindfolds off. Face your truth. Which is also the same thing the Divine Masculine has to release, is kind of putting up a facade. Let's see, how can we heal the connection during this full moon? How can we heal the connection during the full moon? How can we heal the connection during the full moon in Taurus? How can we heal the full moon in Taurus? How can we heal the twin flame connection and the full moon in Taurus? Venus and Scorpio. How can we heal the twin flame connection? Ace of Pentacles in regards to how to heal the connection. So the Ace of Pentacles is a very grounding energy. Okay, it's talking about, anytime I see the Ace of Pentacles, I'm always thinking of there being a new beginning. So look at it, if we look at it symbolically, right? And I think I've torn this card apart before. What it's saying here is to have hope for a new beginning. Despite all the shit that's been happening, right? Despite all the energy that's been coming at us negatively for us to release, purge, after we've reviewed it and worked through it. It's saying a new beginning of commitment is being offered. A new point of stability. And it's being offered by the universe. It's like, here, thanks for doing all the work. Here's this relationship for you. Okay. So it's saying how to heal this connection is to have hope. It's to realize that after such a long term, a long running, okay, finally success is on its way to you. It's like you've put in all the work. Here's your investment. So it's saying to just know that the outcome is going to be fruitful and positive for you. Just having this understanding that what's yours, which your twin flame is your soul, right? It's your other half of your soul. You guys share a soul. This is beyond a soulmate connection, because we can have many different soulmates, karmatic ones, and soulmates don't even have to be romantic relationships, but the twin flame is a romantic relationship. But it's so deep rooted with shit, and it has to be cleared, and the Divine Feminine has to do the work. We have to be positive. We have to know that there's power in positive visualizations. There is power in having gratitude. There is power of thinking about abundance versus lack. So again, getting out of that mindset of the illusion of separation. If we just visualize our lives with our twin flame and act as if it's happened, the law of attraction basically, we can have this. This is going to help heal the law of attraction, this power of positive visualization, this taking the best routes to align what's best with your heart's true desires, with your heart's true intentions, putting in all that work that's necessary, you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to be abundant in this connection, but it's saying how to heal this is to be positive about the connection, to have hope, to know that this is yours, that you will have this new beginning. That's how you heal the connection. That's how you heal a connection, by aligning to your true heart's desires, to not focus in on the lack, the illusion of separation. What's the advice for the divine masculine during this time of the full moon in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio? What is the divine masculine's advice? Stop being pessimistic, okay? They're very down and out, okay? They are just thinking about the past, thinking about what they did or didn't do, what they said or didn't say, things that were left unsaid. There are moments where they're not sure where to go. They're very clouded. Some of them may be smoking the wacky tobacco. Some of them are just drowning out their sorrows with alcoholism. Okay, I know this card typically isn't a card of like addictions, but I feel like there's some drowning out of the reality, okay? Because there's some type of temporary setback. And for them, the temporary setback is not being with their divine feminine. Even though they may not like mentally know, like it's not in their actual awareness, they're feeling this on like they're feeling the loss, but they're not consciously like, oh, it's because, you know, my divine feminine's not with me. They're kind of attributing it to, well, work's kind of shitty and this happened to me and I didn't get the you know, the lunch special I asked for, or whatever the situation is. It's just kind of like they're not able to process. Like they say that, you know, you're in like you kind of feel like an asshole, or you're kind of in a, bear with me one moment. Just a side note, Netflix get on my nerves. Like, it's so annoying when it asks, are you still there? Yes, obviously I'm still there. Sorry, I've been binge watching movies, but I have my son right now. I'm trying to keep him entertained. Anyway, so this card, it's just sort of like things aren't going the way that they want it to go, and they're just having bouts of pessimism. And they say when you miss somebody and you don't really truly know that you're missing them, but you've just been kind of an asshole all day to everybody and you're just not happy, and then you realize when you're with the person, you're like, oh shit, I've been in such a bad mood because I've just been fucking missing you. And that's where they are, but they just don't know you're the cause, divine feminine. They don't know you're the cause. It's their advice here is to really be mindful of their thoughts and their strengths and their love and the light that surrounds them. It's saying to reconnect with the activities that they enjoy. So kind of aligning with themselves again, because right now they're doing things that are not in alignment. Like I said, they could be getting high. They could be drowning out their sorrows with alcoholism. They could be doing so many different things that just keeps putting them back and not really aligning with, their true self. I don't know why I'm having such issues with my stomach lately, so I do apologize. So that's their advice. Get out of this pessimistic view. Get out of your slump, because again, that's where they're coming from anyway. What is the advice for the divine feminine for the full moon in Taurus, Venus, and Scorpio? What is the advice for the divine feminine? So we have, which is an awesome card, we have the Empress. So this card is literally saying here that you need to tap into your loving energies. Okay, it's literally saying tap into your sensuality, your goddess-like nature. Okay, it's sort of, this is the card of the divine feminine. right? It is. It's abundance. It's fertility, pleasure, expression, creativity. It's the goddess, as I mentioned, okay? This is understanding your wisdom, your nurturing wisdom throughout all the cycles that we've been going through, all the hardships that we've been going through within this twin flame collective, okay? And it's knowing. It's a knowing. There's a calmness. It's saying your advice here is to continue to go through your spiritual growth. Continue to keep having this renewed sense of self, to celebrate your strength and your beauty, to have deeper self-reflection, to start to continue to transform in this process, to be positive and to align. Because when we align, we are magic. Okay, the divine feminine is magic, and that's what you guys forget about this. You guys get so caught up in the frustration, the aggravation, and just the lack of what the divine masculine's doing, and I can't believe that they're not sticking up for themselves, and they're not coming after me, and that they don't see it, and they're just shitty, blah, blah, blah. Stop. Focus on you. You're the magic. You put this shit back together again because you are magic. This, for some, can be a witchcraft card. So for those of you who practice witchcraft, or for those of you who are just natural manifestors, it's saying get your shit together to do so. That's the advice here. That's the advice here. Because we are so strong and we're creative because it comes from our heart. And therefore we can align to our true heart's desire and create this abundance. We can create it from nothing. So even though we're in separation, even though we may not even be in communication with our twin flame, we can create this magnificent new beginning out of nothing, just based on aligning with our heart. That's powerful. That's powerful advice. I'm so happy this came here because I'm also speaking to myself. That's powerful. All right, 2 more cards. What's the perspective that will be gained for the twin flame connection for the full moon in Taurus, Venus and Scorpio? What's the new perspective or the direction that the twin flame connection will go into during the full moon? During the full moon in Taurus, Venus and Scorpio. Okay, so the new perspective or the direction that we'll be heading during this full moon is a time of healing, a time of self-reflection, a time of looking at how we can move forward. It's taking a mental break, okay? It's kind of looking at everything, revitalizing ourselves, trying to resolve any potential issues that we may have or any challenges that are coming up. So again, all these painful memories that are coming up from the past for us, it's saying we need to start looking at them and sort of giving us time to prepare for the journey ahead mentally, okay? To get clear on what it is that we ultimately want in order for it to unfold in our present energy, okay? In our present reality. There we go. In our present reality, okay? So it's just sort of, that's where we're heading. And that makes sense with what this full moon is coming up with. So let's see. What will be the outcome until the new moon for the twin flame connection? What will be the outcome of the twin flame connection up until the new moon in November? What will be the outcome? What will we be experiencing in the twin flame connection up until the new moon? What will we be experiencing in the twin flame connection up until the new moon? A lot of hard work, a lot of not giving up, being determined. No matter how hard this is, we are... This card also reminds me, and just like a quick aside, of like going grocery shopping and getting everything that you want, right? Everything that you need and you want, all your necessities, and you have it all in your bag. And you're like, I'll be damned if I leave any of those bags in my car. I am taking it all. And I am not taking any, I'm taking all prisoners. Like, we are getting this shit done. I am not going back for anybody. I'm not going back for those groceries. This is what this card is saying. If you have determination to take all the grocery bags out of your fucking car, to take it into your house so you don't have to go for one more trip, your fucking ass has the perseverance to go through this twin flame connection. This is saying don't give up. This is saying we're working hard. We're pushing through all these challenges, all this hard work. We're doing this for ourselves. We're taking action. This is 10 of Wands. This is saying we're almost towards the end, okay? We're almost towards the end of this hardship. So why give up if you're almost at the end of it? Because that means we're going to experience the Ace of Pentacles, right? We need to release this emotional attachment. All the negative experiences that we've been harboring, we need to start removing from our lives. Now is a time to release and cut out all the extra stress that we have and to focus on this. That's what will be happening up until the new moon. And that's exactly what the energy of this full moon in Taurus and Venus in Scorpio. Honestly, I don't feel like we need clarifiers at all. I think this spread really hit home to where we are and what we need as a collective for the divine feminine with the divine masculine. I'm going to pull out some romance angels. What are the messages needed for the full moon in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio, for the divine feminine and divine masculine, for the twin flame connection? What messages of love will Spirit like to give us? Please show me. Thank you. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's a good one. I think that's where we are with the divine feminine right now. And I think once we truly do love ourselves, our divine masculines will shift. Our divine masculines will shift. And we'll start to see them giving the love that we deserve because we're treating ourselves that way. Buy yourself some flowers. Write yourself a fucking love note. Buy yourself some new lingerie. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Could be. In the spread, I don't really see it, but it could be. What other messages? That may resonate for some of you. Maybe your divine masculine right now is just like so focused on that, or you are, that you're neglecting the twin flame connection. I think that's where that stands from. I feel like the divine feminine is focusing in on themselves, their own adventures, that they're sort of neglecting the twin flame connection because it's kind of like, I don't need you. Have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And I feel like that needs to come. Emerson. Hey, Emerson. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, my child. Was playing with the refrigerator. Anyway, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings to each other. To me, if you're not in communication with your twin flame, start having these communications with each other telepathically, right? So all you have to do to talk to them telepathically is to, in your mind, you can do it a few different ways. The way that I like to call upon my twin flame is I like to be in a meditative state. So what I do is I'll literally go on Pandora, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, and I will type in new age ambient music or just positive love vibrations, or something that is not guided. I don't like to do guided meditations, okay? When it comes to me trying to visualize. I don't like to be timed, right? So when we're guided in a guided meditation, it's like I'm on the person's time, right? And I don't want to be on the person's time. I want to be on my time. And I want to be able to truly visualize this experience. So how I like to do it is I just like to listen to kind of new age ambient music, something that's like waves crashing or a nature scene, something like that, because what will happen is when I close my eyes and I begin to visualize, if I'm hearing waves crashing, okay, I'm at the beach. So I'm walking along the beach and my twin flame is coming towards me. This is where we smile, we embrace each other, I say their name, and I start to have a conversation with them. I start to let them know how I've been feeling, what I want from them, what I need, telling them ways to heal, telling them about myself. You'll be amazed how you feel. You'll be amazed at how the connection changes. That's just my 2 cents. And again, these are things I can coach you on if you decide that you would like to have a coaching session with me. Again, more information will be on my website, but in the meantime, because it's not up there, if you do want that coaching session, if you want me to, we can do this through Skype, a phone call, an email, however you want to communicate, however it's easiest or best for you. Phone calls are only for the United States. I will not be doing phone calls internationally, so Skype may be best for those of you who are internationally. And I just pulled another. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So start to take down these walls that you're building up, Divine Feminine. Remove those walls. Allow them to feel you if you're in separation, and if you're not in separation and you are in reunion but having issues, because that can happen, you just need to let down those walls. I'm also going to pull from, this is Work Our Light, and I think this is really great message for the Divine Feminines, since you carry this light torch for the twin flame connection. What are the messages that you would like to provide the Divine Feminine? What messages? The Divine Masculine truly does love the Divine Feminine. They're actually in a place of stuckness because the Divine Masculines are in some way, the Divine Feminines are in some way abandoning the connection, because a lot of them are saying fuck it, right? And they're feeling it. They're feeling it. They're truly fucking feeling this abandonment. Like something's missing in their lives, and it's because the Divine Feminine's no longer holding a torch. They're saying, I'm fed up, I'm done. We can change the situation around by regaining a new perspective, and by remembering that we are the light torch. A pillar of light. Oh, that is so uncanny. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. This is literally saying you are that torch. You are that light. You are what is needed, Divine Feminine. Your vibration is needed. It needs to rise because you are the soul creator. That literally just gave me goosebumps because I was literally saying that. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. In this case, you are. That was literally so uncanny how those cards came right out. What is another message for the Divine Feminine? What other messages do you have for the Divine Feminine? For the full moon in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay, removing those illusions of separation. Know that no matter where you are in your life, you are still with your twin flame. They're still there. Just visualize them being there. Talk to them in your head. Imagine them being there. When you cook a meal, cook for two. Set them a plate. Because you doing those things, it's going to bring you closer. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your truth. I'm sorry, facing your true north. You've already, this is this 10 of Wands energy. You've already been doing it, right? Why give up now? Continue. You're almost there. What is another message for the Divine Feminine as we close this segment? For the full moon in Taurus, Venus in Scorpio. Divine Feminine advice. I really love these cards, so I think I'm going to start using them in my rotation. I've had them for a while, and I haven't been doing it. I haven't been using them. This is my first time. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So meditate more. Connect with your past lives. Do past life regression meditation. You're not alone in this journey. This could also mean to obtain coaching if you need it. Talk to somebody you truly trust. Talk to whoever it is that you believe in spiritually. Talk to your spiritual gang, to your spiritual team that you always have. Call upon them. They will help you. They will help you in this journey because it is also in their best interest. I'm going to pull one more. I'm just feeling like these are just such great messages, and I just want to pull one more because I really, really like these. One more message for the Divine Feminine. The full moon in Taurus, Scorpio, and Venus. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. You're on your right path. This twin flame connection, it is the real deal. The person that you're viewing this message for, this is telling you you're being divinely guided. It brought you to my channel to get the messages that you needed. Go into your Akasha records. Thank you so much for tapping in. I'm sorry that my energy has been all over the place and that my son's been interrupting the video quite a bit. I hope that this resonates. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Select the push notifications so that you get an update when I do upload videos. Again, I'm extremely blessed. Thank you so much for the support. And I can't wait to update you guys again in the future. Take care. Lots of love and lots of light to all of you.